Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie. We're in Verdi, Nevada. Verdi?
Verdi?
Verdi.
We're in Nevada. Welcome to Nevada. It is 5-Sip Friday, our favorite day of the week. If it is your first time joining us, we nose the glass, take 5 sips, try to figure out what in the heck we're drinking, and ultimately it is revealed. We have California way over there on the other side of the mountains.
Oh!
Nevada, the Truckee River is down below here, and what a beautiful setting to enjoy a whiskey from our friends EJ and MJ.
Hey, thanks guys.
Cheers to you, and this is a beaut. Julie and I have both commented on the color so
Look
far.
at that color. It is bronze and beautiful.
It's like me in midsummer.
Oh, yeah. That's more like pink, but yes, we'll go with it.
Well, I don't know about you, but watching this thing cling to the glass, the aroma is already getting into my nose. We may as well start in. Let's check out the nose. Lovely.
It smells fruity. Off the nose, I would think maybe this could potentially be finished in a wine barrel.
It could be anything. You know, there's a little spice, a little sweetness.
Yeah.
I think that it's definitely a bourbon or a rye based on the nose here, but we've been surprised before. Let's get to it.
Cheers. Let's start the weekend. Spicy. She also has a chocolate and tobacco finish.
Yeah, there's the tobacco there is really, really nice. That was what I was getting on the nose as I was about to sip it. I like this a ton. I don't know what it is at all, but it's great. I'm really enjoying it.
It took me by surprise a bit, that first sip.
I can't believe how fruity it is, but it's like a fruit cocktail. It's mixed fruit. There's a lot to like here. I want to have sip 2.
Let's do that. Such an interesting nose. Has a bit of mustiness to it, but yet fruitiness.
Oh man, this one's hard to pin down. Usually when I have trouble coming up with notes, it's because it's a blend or something like that.
Yeah.
This could potentially be that, but it's strikingly cohesive, and it's just that fruit cocktail, brown sugar, cinnamon. I don't have any issues with this whiskey. It's perfect for drinking outside. It's crisp out today. It's probably around 60 degrees right now, which we just came from 90, so that crispness is really something else.
It sounded like you said Christmas.
I would drink this on Christmas.
Sip 3?
Yes.
That last sip you said, it's hard to, and I thought you were going to say, figure out what this is, and I was going to say yes, but you were like, it's hard to come up with anything that I don't like about it. And I was like, I don't know what this is.
Do you have anything you don't like about this whiskey so far?
No, this is a really complex drink.
Yeah.
I think that it could be Finnish. I think it also has slight hints of single malt, American single malt. It's also getting spicier like a rye, but on the nose I would think it's a bourbon. I'm all over the place on this one.
Yeah, the mash bill on this I think might be a little bit complex. I don't think the whiskey itself, I don't think the flavors are complex, because I'm not getting layers and layers and layers of
Right.
things. What I'm getting is more like a finished recipe in terms of how I'm perceiving this on the palate. The finish isn't lasting forever.
Nope.
The tobacco and fruit is hanging around though a little bit. I'm enjoying this, and it is very hard to pin down.
Yeah, I think it's kind of chewy too. It's just a little bit, maybe it's those flavors that we're getting that just, I want to chew on them a little bit more, but.
Yeah, it's like a pie filling, honestly.
Yeah.
It's almost like a little bit of a strawberry rhubarb thing, and I love strawberry rhubarb. Maybe that's what's happening here.
Is this sip 4 or 3?
I think, no, this is 4. It's
Okay.
at least 4.
I do feel like there's a little bit of wine presence here. I don't know
Yeah.
why I'm feeling like that.
Yeah, that last sip had definitely a little bit of some sort of a red wine note to it. I don't know if that means it's finished or if it just has that vibe to it in
Yeah.
terms of flavors. Tricky sample. I already know I'm going to fail terribly on this one, and I don't care. I'm enjoying it very much. You're, by the way, standing downslope from me. I look like a monster, more so than usual.
Well, EJ and MJ always give us something unusual, so here's to sip 5.
That honey really came through there. I took a big sip on sip 5. There is a little bitterness there with the bigger sip, but not in an off-putting or bad way. I don't know. Maybe it's just the day, because this doesn't strike me as the vibe of like a whiskey I would normally really, really like. But maybe it's the weather or something else.
Yeah.
But I'm really enjoying this today. It's fantastic.
I feel like this is more in your lane than in my lane. I got a little cocoa, like cocoa powder on that last sip, which helped differentiate from the other sips. I'm struggling on this one because part of me thinks it's finished in wine casks, and then the other part of me, there's enough musty single maltness to this that feels like it could go that direction too.
Well, let's formulate some guesses and we'll be right back. All right, what do you got for me?
All right, I'm gonna go with my initial instincts. I'm gonna go a bourbon finish in wine casks. I don't know much about wine, so I'm gonna go a Cabernet or a Merlot, something red.
Okay, that's fair.
And I'm gonna go 106 proof. I don't think it's super proofy.
Do you have an idea on a distillery?
Oh, no. Knowing where they're from, I don't know. I'm gonna go on a limb and say maybe a Woodinville. We haven't done a Wooden. I don't even think we've ever had a Woodinville 5-Sip Friday yet.
I think that's a great guess. I actually really like that guess.
Oh,
Good
cool.
grief.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, yeah. I do think that you're right. That it's a bourbon at the very least. I think it could be finished. Certainly. I am all over the map on this one. I couldn't get a read on it. I don't think it's 100 proof. If I had to guess, I'd say, and I do, I would say maybe it's a 94 proof.
Okay.
Bourbon. It is interesting though because they're getting a lot of flavor out of it. It is very cohesive. So maybe it's got some age to it. It doesn't taste like an MGP or something like that. It doesn't taste sourced and then put into a finished barrel to me. Oh man, I'm really having a hard time with this one. I'm just gonna say 94 proof bourbon from the West Coast because I don't actually think that I'm getting a lot of Kentucky on this or Midwest vibes. There is something unusual about it, so I'm gonna go with a place and say West Coast. That's a cop-out, isn't it?
I like it. I don't care.
I'm glad you like
There's
it.
no rules here.
All right, let's find out what in the world this is.
Trusty envelope.
Hearty thank you, as always, EJ and MJ, and to all of you following along. We hope you're getting something out of this year.
We do hope that. Darn it.
What do we got here?
It is I won't know what this is, but film it. Royal Bracla 21-year-old Highland single malt Scotch. And it is Cawdor Estates Sherry Cask Finish, Olorosa Palo Cortado, and Pedro Jimenez.
Jimenez is sherry. Oh my goodness.
And it is 92 proof. Holy smokes, was I just like off the whole time. And
Yeah, of course there's a Scotch nose on that. Oh,
we were bad.
wow. Well, I'll tell you what, if you are a bourbon drinker and you're looking for a Scotch to try, Royal Bracla 21-year-old Highland Single Malt Scotch might be right up your alley because we got a ton of good bourbon notes on that whiskey. Do you remember when I said I wasn't getting a Kentucky vibe from it?
Yeah, no, there's no Kentucky vibe there.
Yeah, I went a couple thousand miles in the wrong direction, but hey, we should get some sort of credit for that. We get a 1A there, I think. Wow, not our night tonight, but thank you as always, EJ and MJ, for the interesting sample. You said they always send us something interesting or a curveball. Wow.
I wasn't
that
thinking
was a curveball.
Scotch at all.
No, but now the honey, the fruit, the fact that it's so cohesive and indescribably beautiful, 21-year-old Scotch, I guess that happens. Well,
You did say age.
Yeah, but
Do
I was thinking like 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's not act like I did any better than I did. Well, cheers to you guys. Thanks for a great sample. Thanks again to everybody for watching, and from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers. Last week we nailed it. This week we didn't.
It nailed us.
Oh, it does taste like Scotch now. Shoot.
My goodness, that's delicious.
Oh man, we're so bad.